In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to create a subdomain in DigitalOcean. By the end, you'll understand how to prepare your DigitalOcean account so you can create subdomains cleanly and confidently using DigitalOcean's DNS. Before we begin, make sure you have a DigitalOcean account and that you already own a domain from your preferred registrar. If you plan to use DigitalOcean's DNS, you'll eventually point your domain's name servers to DigitalOcean. That change happens outside DigitalOcean, and it can take some time to propagate, but it's an important prerequisite to make your subdomains work reliably. We'll start inside the DigitalOcean control panel. Sign in and head to your main dashboard. On the left side of the screen, you'll see a vertical navigation menu. Look for the section labeled Manage. This is where DigitalOcean groups account-level features that aren't tied to a single droplet, like monitoring, networking, and billing. Click Manage to expand those options so you can reach the networking tools you need. Within the Manage area, choose Networking. This is the hub for everything related to connectivity and DNS. Load balancers, VPCs, floating IPs, and the domain section we'll use today. Selecting networking brings you to a page with multiple tabs or tiles. Your focus here is on the DNS side because subdomains are created as DNS records under a domain you control. Next, click Domains. Think of this page as your list of DNS zones. If you haven't added your domain to DigitalOcean yet, this list will be empty. That's perfectly fine. You're about to add it. Adding the domain doesn't purchase or register anything new. Instead, it creates a DNS zone in DigitalOcean where you can later add records for your root domain and any subdomains you want, like app.yourdomain.com or apyourdomain.com. Now, click Add a Domain. You'll see a field where you can type the domain you own. Enter only the root domain without any prefixes. For example, type yourdomain.com, not gyourdomain.com, and not a subdomain. The reason is simple. The DNS zone needs to start at the root so you can define all of the subdomains beneath it. If you're planning to point a subdomain to a droplet, it's helpful to have that droplet's IP address handy later, but you don't need it at this exact moment just to create the zone. Below the domain field, you'll be asked to choose a project. Projects are a great way to organize related resources, droplets, databases, and networking entries. So pick the project where this domain logically belongs. If you maintain separate environments such as production and staging, this is a good time to associate the domain with the correct environment for cleaner management and access control. When you're ready, click Add Domain. DigitalOcean will create the DNS zone instantly. If your registrar's name servers are already pointing to DigitalOcean, this zone will become authoritative for your domain and its subdomains. If not, take note of the name servers DigitalOcean provides on this page and update them at your registrar when you're able. After you update name servers, DNS changes can take some time to propagate globally, so be patient. This delay is normal. At this point, your domain is set up in DigitalOcean, which is the prerequisite to creating any subdomain. Inside the domains page, you'll be able to add DNS records for subdomains, such as an A record that points a subdomain to a droplet's public IP, or a sname that routes a subdomain to another host name. Keep your naming consistent, double-check your targets, and remember that lower TTL values can make iterative testing faster while you're getting things set up. To recap, you navigated to Manage, open networking, entered the domains area, added your root domain, associated it with the right project, and saved it. With that done, you've laid the foundation for clean subdomain management in DigitalOcean. From here, adding the specific subdomain records you need will be straightforward, and your project will stay organized and easy to maintain. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helped you get set up the right way. If you found this useful, follow along as you continue building out your subdomains and connecting them to your apps and services.